Hey there, fellow entrepreneurs. Whether you're freelancing or you have your own shop or even online business, I hope this video can provide you with some ideas and guidance to be able to level up. Hola, mis amores. Hello, lovelies. Welcome again to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Velvet Cat, a fashion illustrator and instructor in Los Angeles with videos consisting of knowledge and inspiration for fashion design, illustration, and entrepreneurship. And now I have a new passion for tarot. So I post a weekly pick-a-card collective reading to provide you with some answers to any questions you might be having in your journey, advice messages from the angels that are watching over us, motivation to follow your dreams, and all around empower you in love, career, health, mind, and soul. If you're new to tarot, here's a little rundown of how this works. In a little bit, I'm going to show you some options to choose from where you'll pick intuitively based on what you feel so that you can skip the video over to that respective section for a message that is most tailored to your specific experiences. Since this is a general reading divided into just a small group of options for all my viewers, not everything will resonate. But if it doesn't feel like you at all, like within the very first minute, then you can go back to the piles and pick a different one. Sometimes tarot videos also don't have a message for you because certain people's energies cross over our way more than others if they really need certain type of answers and advice for what they're struggling with in life at that moment. Plus, the angels and guides that I ask for answers don't always like to reveal everything because they want you to take charge of your own life choices and to trust in your own guide's protection with whichever belief system you have, whether that be a religion or some other type of spirituality. Ready to pick a pile? So these are the options you can choose from as intuitively as possible, meaning that it could be based on color or it could be based on what you feel or even by number. Whichever one is really pulling you in, like your eyes, your feelings, can't gravitate away from it. That's the one with the message most tailored to your specific experience. Here we've got pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. You can even pause the video, take a moment to breathe in, and breathe out. Then once you have decided, skip over my video to that specific timestamp that I've provided in the description and comment section of this video to hear your message. Hey there, group 1. So you picked this pile with the card that says Deep Knowing. Look at this beautiful card and image. Starting here, what I get is that you're actually the group that knows what you want and you always find ways to figure out how to get there. Like by either researching and learning from it, then adapting into it, or by just being resourceful, like finding the right connections, asking the right questions, things like that. And since you do know what you want, I feel like this comes from within, like either you've always known what you wanted to do in life or you've gained that awareness and you really listen to yourself. You listen to your gut, you listen to your heart, and the choices you make tend to actually be wise choices because they get things to work out for you, which is pretty cool. For some of you, I get the feeling that people know you, whether that be like in your field, your name is passed around, people know your professionalism, your talent, even maybe when you were young, you were talented at something and everybody knew you. Or now, whatever you're working on, like for example on social media, that could be, maybe you have a higher influence. And if none of this relates, then they will. I get the sense that over time, your name is going to be known. Doesn't have to be like a celebrity status, but at least you'll have some recognition, because I get the sense here that you're unforgettable. Your personality, your charisma, you tend to make a statement and be bold. And perhaps you could even be like, if you're not, a Leo type of person that's very out there, it could be subtle. It could be like, if you are more introverted, you still have this commanding presence, this allure to you. So there is a strong potential for you to reach infinite abundance. Since I also kind of see here the number 8, which is symbolic of the infinity symbol, which it's about pretty much unlimited possibilities, unlimited success. This could also be due to how you're someone that tends to be a great listener and a watcher. Like, you can really pay attention to your surroundings, which provides you with wisdom. Being a listener is also a form of giving. So, you make people feel important, and that contributes to your success. I sense here that you are an exemplary team leader, or even if, like I said, if you're more on the introverted side, when you do lead, like maybe online or just in your presence, in your influence on like social media or the business you build. And with every experience you go through, positive and negative, you become wiser. You're not the type to just let things happen. You really analyze, you think thoroughly, and adapt. I also actually get the feeling here that for those of you that are spiritual, you might get ideas and inspiration randomly, or even like in certain times, you might notice, for example, if you're taking a break or you're doing some self-care, or those moments where you're calm, perhaps, or even excited, whichever one energizes you. I feel like in those moments, you get the best ideas. That's when you get inspiration. It tends to come to you easily. Even like if you're researching something, or let's say you go on your phone or you go on TV, you hear something that like gives you an idea or inspires you or really helps you in that moment. It's like exactly what you needed to hear. I sense that this is because the divine is actually working with you. Whichever source of high power you believe in, for those of you that are spiritual, that is working with you. So now let's look into your story here with this new deck I've got, the Witchy Tarot deck. Modern Witch. I think that's what it's called. I always forget the names of my decks. So you've got Wheel of Fortune. Oh my goodness, look at this. Wheel of Fortune, the Sun. These just confirm what I've been saying about being on the right path that you choose. So you really love it. You love this business you're working on, and you're very blessed. I don't want to say luck because I don't believe in luck. We all work for what we want, but this is a card of being lucky. Then we've got, so here, 9 of Swords, Judgment reversed, 6 of Cups reversed, and 2 of Cups. I sense that this business, you've actually been working on it for a while. It could be anything specifically with teaching, like maybe teaching dance or music, or teaching business since you are in business, or writing since we've got books here, or gardening, or even fashion because she looks fabulous here. Or it could be in management, like being the CEO of a company or managing others' companies. Or it could be in planning, like planning others' social media strategies or planning events. Those are the type of careers that I sense here. But of course, everyone that's watching this, it could be totally different. So comment it below. I'd love to know what it is that your business is about. All of these businesses that I mentioned also don't consist of you having to be there in person. Like perhaps you could be working from home, working online with clients from all over the world. I do sense that you are currently focusing and prioritizing your business. And since you've been at it for a while, you're actually about to reach an upgrade to celebrate for. Because look at how in the sun, they're dancing around. And then here in the Two of Cups, they're having these wine bottles, like cheers. And this could be due to very strong teamwork or community. Once again, because of these three girls here and these two people talking together. So now that we know all of the fun stuff, let's dig into what is blocking you or what you are currently questioning so that you can level up even more. For some of you, with how the Nine of Swords is here, definitely showing your stress and being above the Two of Cups, also next to the sun with the three girls here, perhaps you could have experienced some type of failed partnership, some type of disagreement, quarrel, and this really kept you up at night, especially if you're the type of person that's in your head all the time. And if you're the kind, if you are giving, you give because you want people to succeed. And when things don't work out for others, it really takes a toll on you. Possibly more than if they don't work out just for you. Another obstacle could be that you've been overworking and scattered and feeling alone through all of this. But because of this kitty here, look at how cute that one is. Like this could be you, stressing, but then there's this kitty trying to comfort her. So what I get from that is that you need to realize you're not alone. Perhaps you might have others around you that have been very supportive. Or if you are on the spiritual side, know that spirit and whichever belief system you have, whether that be God or the universe, you are not alone. It is by your side. Maybe you were also stressed because there was a point where you weren't having much work and this really confused you or brought about some feelings of doubt because you thought you had it set. But with all of these positive cards that I do see here and the very vibrant sun, I feel like you're finally seeing things clearly and perhaps even getting some new offers. That could be why these two people here are celebrating. And lastly, for some of you, you could be dealing with some self-worth issues, like not pricing yourself as high as you could actually. That could be why you're overworking, like you don't have your prices as high to cover the amount of work that you put in. Especially if you are the type to be giving, maybe you're over giving, putting too much into your work. I don't know if that's making sense, but perhaps some of you know what I'm talking about. But so stressing over this, overdoing it, and not feeling like you're paid your worth is or could have been causing you to feel unfulfilled and doubting whether you're doing the right thing or if this is the right path for you. But see, I feel here that you are an intuitive person. And this card here, the Judgment reversed, is saying that you need to listen to yourself. You need to listen to those messages, to that gut, like you've done before. Perhaps you could write down your thoughts to keep track of what's working, what's not, and what you're feeling. And then you could go back on that and analyze where your thoughts, your feelings are leading you. Whatever you've experienced, any ups and downs, remember that every day is a brand new day and a brand new opportunity. Don't count all the days that aren't working. Focus on your goal and keep on going. So I feel like I've already been providing some advice, but let's dig deeper into that. These are actually for some advice here. All right, so we've got Six of Pentacles reversed, Page of Wands, and the Well reversed. See, this one is about how much you're giving for the prices you're charging. You might need to analyze exactly how much you're giving. What are you offering? You might have to rewrite all of those details for your prices. Like if you are managing someone's social media strategies, for example, perhaps you could divide it out into different packages instead of offering to do their entire plan and then executing it as well, all for one price. You know, you might feel like you don't want to disappoint people or like you don't want to lose clients. But that's where the different price packages will be beneficial, because the ones that perhaps have a lower budget can still work with you with less work. And then the ones that have higher budgets, those you can dedicate more time to. If you have been feeling scattered with your ideas, your work, perhaps you could also schedule things down, schedule self-care, schedule certain days to certain tasks so that you can balance out your energy and stay clear-headed. If you've also been having this idea you've been holding off on, this card is here to tell you it is time to seize the opportunity and go for it. It's confirmation that it'll be successful, especially with the sun here. It's so beautiful above this card. Because then we've got here with the well, I see that doubt, I see that overwhelm, that questioning, and this is here to tell you to let go of all of that. Just do it. Since this card is actually the number 22, and twos are numbers of faith. Twos are numbers of being in the right place. So now with your last card here, we've got this beautiful angel message, Tiger's Eye, self-confidence through God confidence. Believe in yourself by believing in God working through you. So here I get the sense that you already know what you need to do. With this obstacle, whichever one you've been experiencing lately, you already know what to do. You've already been thinking about it. So now do it. You have so much success awaiting for you. That's the reading I got for you. If it resonated, comment below that you chose this path and what you're excited or not excited about hearing. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. Since I'm a YouTuber, every like and subscribe counts to expose my channel to others that need a little encouragement in their lives. I'd be super grateful if you would also join my community by turning on the little notification bell button so that you don't miss my videos every week. I'll see you in my next one. Hey there, group 2. So you chose this beautiful pink card called Yin with the number 2. So funny because you're 2 and this says 2. So here I'm sensing that you need to have a little bit of faith because you're on the right path. Whether it's a completely new path or something you're adding into your path, have faith. That's what the 2s are for. Starting here with this image, I feel like you are actually the type of person to believe in your idea wholeheartedly. And every day, you wake up excited, ready for this to bloom. But I sense here that you're pouring all your time and money and dedication and talent into this business. And perhaps, as I've mentioned, since this reading is a general timeless reading, this could be something you're doing now or could have done in the past or you're about to do. I sense that you're actually waiting for something. Like, this makes me think of a movie scene where there's like an emperor or a king that has just sent out his troops to war or something like that. Or maybe like they're waiting on their bride or something. I don't know. But so that's the sense I get here. Like, you're feeling yourself like a king or a queen or empress, emperor. And so you're gathering information for this business, whether that be education-wise, like research and courses, or collecting reviews, beta testing, analyzing your competition and clients, asking questions, communicating back and forth between prospects or team members. I don't sense that you're doing this alone. There's definitely a team effort here. So since you are waiting here to get something, whether that be for an offer or an investor or a partnership or even a loan, anything like that, that'll boost your business, because of all this pink and positivity, I feel like it's good that you're doing this. You're not pushing things, forcing them, and you're not rushing anyone, so that you allow this party to feel power to choose. And I say this because there are certain business people or salespeople that try to, pressure you into getting the sale, right? But that's not you, and that's good. So let's look into your story here. Get some details about what we've just covered. You've got 7 of Pentacles, Justice reversed, 3 of Pentacles, Ace of Cups reversed, Death reversed, and the Hanged Man reversed. So first of all, your business could possibly revolve around something in the outdoors. Like, see how she's gardening here? Or it could revolve around food, because she's also got like a wine and grapes. Or it could revolve around some type of design work, because of how they're like painting on here. Could be, design of homes, interiors, furniture, or design of fashion, or design of graphics. Whichever business you're working on, see here how there's this team. The 3 of Pentacles is a card that I always tend to feel revolves around teams, teamwork. So I feel like you're working together and you're ready to invest in this new business or additional idea. To invest your money, time, dedication, talents, you have everything ready. And you could have also been nurturing your network, your prospects, your influence, keeping an eye on things so that you can go all in. But I do sense here some obstacles, some blocks. I mean, that's what the whole reading is about. Now let's get right into them. Starting with this 3 of Pentacles and Justice reversed. I feel like perhaps your team doesn't fully understand your vision, because of how here she painted this beautiful golden pentacle, but then their versions are like ratchet looking, funky, weird paintings. And then she has her arms crossed, which is like showing that disconnect. There could be a clashing of ideas, or perhaps someone is jealous of someone, or even there's like some type of abuse of kindness, whether that be you that's kind or them that's kind. Someone is being too kind and giving, while others are taking advantage of that, being shady. I feel like you're also kind of leaving it up to others a little too much to make decisions for you. Like, see how chill she is over here while all the work is happening over here. Like, this cat is making the pentacle, not technically, but that's what I get the sense of here. So instead of taking initiative for yourself, you're leaving it up to others. And so this in turn is not really positive delegation. Perhaps this could be because you don't actually trust your inner wisdom, your inner gut, your decision making. Perhaps you're afraid that if you do make a choice, this will fail or you'll be criticized for it. Like, some of you could be wanting to be rescued. See how the Hanged Man here is stuck and chained? But the truth is that you have the key to get yourself out. You are holding yourself back and missing opportunities out of your own fears. The Death card is a card of changes. It's not a scary card. It's actually a card about positive changes that are needed. It's about transformation. And because it's reversed, it's like you're not allowing this lesson to be learned. All these negative beliefs could be subconscious as well, by the way. Like maybe you don't actually know that those fears are there, but they are. And being honest with yourself is the step you need to be able to advance. Because if there's a lot of work happening, but not the big results being returned that you expected or that you would desire, this is all trying to tell you something. There's a change that is needed. Pretending that things are great doesn't mean that they are. And lastly, before we move on to the advice, the Justice card, you know, like how it has the book of law here. I mean, it's reversed, but so what I get from that, this card does have to do with legal matters. So perhaps you need to be very careful about your contracts and investments, especially if your gut is telling you that it's not a smart choice to make. Make sure things are done properly. All right, so let's get into the advice here. We've got 10 of Swords reversed, Knight of Swords reversed, and the Moon. These are emphasizing that you need to get yourself up. Only you can get yourself up. Success is up to you, not others. You are not a victim of the world. Get that mentality out of here. What you've experienced, good and bad, actually shows your strength and power. It's time to make decisions, face your fears, your insecurities, admit to them, so that you can reach your potential, because you have so much potential. This card here is confirming that. Confirming that you are wise and intelligent more than you think. I mean, think about all that you have achieved. That shows it. If there is anything you doubt about yourself, perhaps it's time to develop that so that you're not insecure about it anymore. Take that initiative for yourself. If there are people that try to sabotage you and you didn't cause this, then that shows their character and it's not about you. You just need to get them out of your life. This card, I feel like it's also about reputation. So you might need to work on that to be able to gain trustworthy partners by being trustworthy yourself. And following through on your word. Like, don't just be promising things that you can't actually do or you don't know if you can. Just to be nice or put up a front. You don't need to be perfect. As I've said in the beginning about pretending that things are going great when they're actually not. Pretending is draining your energy from making wise choices. And lastly, since I did mention here with the Justice card, those contracts and investments, the Knight of Swords reversed is emphasizing dishonesty. So how you can avoid dishonesty or certain chaos in your business because of dishonesty is by being mindful with communication. Make sure that everything is said and written clearly so that you can avoid any, stealing, lawsuits, or financial loss or anything like that. So now on to your final angel message here with this beautiful card, the Diamond, that says, value your self-worth. You are God's precious gem. So what I get from this is that you need to treat others the way you want to be treated and vice versa. Don't let anyone disrespect you because you are life and they are life too. Together we can make great things happen, and it all starts with you. It all starts with each one of us. That's the reading I got for you. If it resonated, comment below that you chose this pile and what you're excited or not excited about hearing. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. Since I'm a new YouTuber, every like and subscribe counts to expose my channel to others that need a little encouragement in their lives. I'd be super grateful if you would also join my community by turning on the little notification bell so that you don't miss my videos every week. I'll see you in my next one. Hey there, group 3. So you chose this lovely picture here, lovely card that says Between Worlds, and it actually also has the number 3 here. So I'm already getting with the 3s that you might need some time to pause wherever you are in your journey so that you can reflect on certain decisions and certain life habits. Perhaps you need balance in your life, in your scheduling, in your health, anything like that. But definitely a time to reflect is important because I do sense here that you are between changes, whether that be positive or negative, and needing to make an important decision here. Or you could be in the time of development of your business, like things are progressing. You're not just starting and you're not launched yet. You're like, in the progress of it. Either that, or for those of you that have started, I feel like sometimes you see success and other times you don't. Or perhaps you launched big and expected an amazing return, but because it was just like out of nowhere, it didn't really succeed as much as you'd hoped. It wasn't the big turnaround you wanted or you envisioned. So you could be in a moment of being unsure if this is right for you or being unsure of what to do next. Maybe for some of you, you expected a quick financial return. See how here there's this flamingo with a crown and like confetti flying around, but then there's darkness here. Like these could be, it's kind of reminded me of the Instagram memes, the ones where it's like expectation, reality. Your headspace could also be clouded with work. Your headspace could also be overwhelmed and cluttered with work, or it's distracted from work. And that's why balance and reflection is important. So now let's look into your actual story here with these set of tarot cards. We've got 6 of Swords reversed, Strength, and 2 of Pentacles, all reversed, along with the High Priestess reversed, Knight of Swords, 8 of Wands reversed, and 8 of Swords reversed. Ace of Swords reversed. I definitely feel here, like, because these 2 are right in the center of the entire reading, look at these pictures. I feel like they already tell a story. The story of which you launched big, you went at it, you were determined, passionate about this business idea, really went all in with a daring initiative. But then look at that right next to it. It's reversed. So you were like ready to go up, but no, it seems like it didn't work out. It flunked and you're wondering why. You're feeling stuck. And like this is completely out of your control. Where you possibly could have thought that it would be easy. For some of you especially, it does look like the quarantine could have affected you if you're watching this during this time. Perhaps, since it was very unexpected for all of us, and you could have been unprepared based on your business plan. This all could have been due because you jumped in, rushed into being an entrepreneur without using knowledge that perhaps you've invested in or spent time learning. Like perhaps you could be, buying courses, paying for coaches, but then you don't actually implement, you don't remember all of this knowledge if you're constantly learning but not practicing. And if you're constantly learning so many things, but none of that is actually contributing to your specific business plan and where you are in that particular business plan. See, that could be something to pay mind to. Look at all these books that she has. Like, you're collecting a lot of information, but is that information useful for, like I said, your specific business plan and the part that you're in. You know, like there's no need to learn everything about web design or social media marketing. If you're going to be leaving that, delegating it to others, why do you need to learn that? Or if you're learning about team management, but you're not even at that level, you're just starting out, then that's not useful information. I sense here with this reversed Pentacles card that you could have actually received a lot of financial support, whether that be through loans or family, friends, or even credit. Like you were just a little too confident with how this would turn out. And so you actually dug yourself deep into debt, which could be causing you to feel overwhelmed and down and not want to face this debt, which in turn could have been or is affecting your self-esteem. And for some of you, perhaps the reason you were so excited and ready to invest in this and with really high expectations could have been that you followed in the footsteps of someone else, like a coach or a course, like you did everything to the T, but then that plan didn't work out for you. So now let's look into the advice of what you can do now that you've, gotten yourself into this situation. We've all been through it, all entrepreneurs. When we start out, we get really excited, we're really passionate, and then reality check. So pat yourself on the back because at least you had the courage to do it, to put yourself into this, to try it out. You followed your heart. Not everyone does that. So with the advice, we have Ace of Cups, Knight of Pentacles reversed, and the High Priestess. Interesting that you got the High Priestess twice here, from reverse to right side up. So I sense here that it's emphasizing the information you're taking in, the education that you need for your specific business. You need to really study thoroughly for the level you're at. What do you need to do? Do you need to learn social media? What's specific about social media? Do you need to learn Instagram versus YouTube? Or do you need to learn sales? What's specific about sales? Mailing list? How to build up a mailing list or create the content for it? Or how to design your website with effective copy that makes the sale? What specifically do you need to learn? Focus on that. Go one bit at a time. Maybe you might even have to write everything down that you don't know and figure out what it is that you can learn and study and spend time on, or what it is that you need to delegate later on. As you're learning all of this, compare it. You're going to probably receive lots of information from different resources for the same topics. So pay attention to what is being repetitive and what could work specifically for you. What resonates with you. Analyze that. And once you find what feels right, then you can implement it. Be ready for all these tests that you're going to get ready for the experimentation and testing phase, because you're going to need to adapt based on the turnout. Things that don't work is not a bad thing. It doesn't mean your idea is bad. It doesn't mean that you suck. When things don't work, okay, check it off your list. What else can work? You could also incorporate the 5 senses into your business idea, like through sight, touch, smell, taste, sound, if possible. However many as you can incorporate. That's actually something that smart businesses do. Like when you go into a Chanel store, for example, you're able to touch everything, all the fabrics. They also have a really nice smell. The environment is chic. Perhaps they have some light music playing, or even visuals on a big screen that reflect the brand. This is all done purposefully to engage the customer with the best possible experience, a memorable experience. That will be the reason why they choose to invest in this company. Shop. With the High Priestess, I sense that you might need to think about how you can actually serve. How can you serve through your influence, through social media, through your presence, through your knowledge? How can you make people feel heard, seen, important? Or even who can you work with to gain credibility? All of this of serving others is to gain credibility and nurture loyalty. Because for this time being, I feel like you need to hold on investing any more money, on spending what you don't have. You'll need to be nurturing your network, your influence, your brand while you save. And if your debts allow you to hold off on paying them, that could also be something you can do. There is this thing, I think it's called deferment. Instead of stressing over paying them right now while you're trying to build up, prioritize your focus on continuing to create and being able to get yourself out of this to pay off the debt later on, rather than be spending your money and then not having anything to invest in your business. But of course, if there is no way to hold off on that, or if it's a drain on your mindset, it stresses you in the back of your mind, then of course, work on that ASAP. We don't want any energy drain or debt collectors coming for you. This could also be advising that you need a mentor if you can afford it. But if you can't, there's no excuse as to why you can't learn still. There's no excuse I'm not smart enough, or I don't have the connections. Because when you really want something, you'll have the ability to make it possible. You can figure it out. If you'd like, I can also send you resources that helped me grow my business. Just comment it below. As for those of you that could be feeling overwhelmed, scattered in your mind, the Knight of Pentacles is here reversed as a sign of time management that is needed. Being busy all the time, but not actually getting anything done that is useful is working against you. So pay attention to what you're doing with your time. If you have time to be on social media for hours or on YouTube, Netflix for hours, and this isn't contributing to your business plan, your learning, your creation, then you have time to instead focus on your business. Instead of, going on Netflix for funny videos or whatever, go on YouTube for educational videos. And this could be any type of distractions. It doesn't have to be with technology. It could be gossip, or going out for drinks, or just lounging around. Think about whether you're overdoing these things. And lastly, I do get the sense here that for some of you, you do really need to ask if this is the thing for you. If entrepreneurship and business is the path that you truly desire. Be honest with yourself and ask yourself why. Just because everyone says this is what you need to do, or just because you're at a financial loss or desperate to change your life and you don't know any other answer, doesn't mean entrepreneurship is for you. That's not for everyone. Because if these are your intentions, then you're not going to figure it out by giving it your all. You'll lack energy or motivation. And if this is the thing for you, but perhaps you're not sure which path to go in, but perhaps you don't know which niche to choose, the way you can choose is out of a combination of passion and skill. What really lights you up, you can talk about it for hours and research about it and be excited to be doing it, And also, how can you incorporate what you already know, or what are you excited to learn to improve skills-wise? Combine those two. And then, as I mentioned in the beginning, spend that time educating yourself, studying for self-improvement to level up. So now with your final angel message here, we've got sensitive emotions. Times of heightened emotions and sensitivity call for extra self-care and gentleness. What I get from this is to not linger on doubt, shame, anger, or depression, because this is sucking the energy out of you. And then you won't be able to think clearly for what else to do next. Instead, you'll be working out of desperation. Remember, as I said, be proud that you had the courage to take on this entrepreneurship journey. Challenges, positive and negative, are all lessons leading us to greater things. So just from now on, stay sharp and think critically. So that's the reading I got for you. If it resonated, comment below that you chose this pile and what you're excited or not excited about hearing. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. Since I'm a new YouTuber, every like and subscribe counts to expose my channel to others that need a little encouragement in their lives. I'd be super grateful if you would also join my community by turning on the little notification bell button so that you don't miss my videos every week. I'll see you in my next one. Hey there, group 4. So you chose this beautiful card that says The Fates on it with number 17. So from this here, I immediately get the sense that you have star quality. Like you're a charming individual, you probably dress well, put effort into your appearance, have lovely features, lovely hair, a lovely smile that just lights up a room. And with your personality, I feel like you're also relatable based on your niche. Like, you know, not everyone will, of course, resonate with you. There's no such thing as being liked by everyone. But in your particular niche, I feel like you are totally relatable. Whether that be your vibe, your stories, the way you speak, anything like that. And so the community that revolves around you really loves you. And I also get the sense here that if this isn't you, maybe you will get there. Even if you're not there yet, you will. Or you work with star type of people. Either way, your personality, you have a strong presence and big dreams, so people will be sure to notice you. I also get the sense here that you pay attention to details, and perhaps some of you could actually have a little bit of controlling anxiety, like maybe you want everything to go a particular way, and then when it doesn't work out, it like really stresses you out, something like that. Or you need to have your hand at everything, like maybe you don't really trust others' work, like you trust yourself, your own effort, your own quality. So here I get the vibe that perhaps you need to chill out a little bit, like delegating or letting go, you know, because it is that stress on you that is unnecessary. You know, if anything does go wrong, it's totally okay. That is happening because it's leading you somewhere else. So now let's get right into your tarot here, the story that we have. Where are you currently and what are your obstacles? King of Cups reversed, King of Swords, the Devil, the Hermit reversed, Eight of Swords reversed, and the Emperor. So here I'm sensing, as I already said here with this star quality, look at this. You have the Emperor and King of Swords, two more leaders right side up. So I definitely sense that you could be in this type of industry, this type of business, where you're either an influencer or something like styling and fashion, because these are both dressed really well. And also like her, I love her little stars here in her outfit. Or even in real estate. I know that's not star quality perhaps, but people do pay attention to you, and you could make a name for yourself in this leadership position, because you do have that commanding presence, just like the king, just like the emperor. You're someone responsible, since the kings, emperors do have a lot of responsibility on their hands. You're educated in your field or perhaps in another field, but either way you have some type of education, knowledge. You've done the work, because look at all these books here behind this king. That's all the knowledge you've acquired, and you're consistently acquiring, even for self-improvement. If you're not yet in the high reputation that you want, you will most definitely get there, because you are professional, ambitious, passionate about what you're doing, fearless, or at least courageous enough to go for things, focused, and making connections. Your hard work is noticed, and it is attracting status and success. I even feel like some of you could actually have accomplished already something huge. And so now you're planning, working on what's next. See how there's this book here and this, like, it looks like a map, a scroll of some type of plans. So your strategies, your planning strategies, how I mentioned, they are greatly detailed, because you do your research to make sure things are correct. You don't seem to be the type to just jump into things without knowing what you're actually doing. And if it is something new you're adding on, then you're either educating yourself towards it to be as successful as possible with it, or you already have that education in mind. Some of you could even have a mentor, or you will if you're looking for someone, or they'll come to you. This mentor will be challenging so that you can reach your highest potential, because you'll be learning a lot from this person. They'll be expecting a lot from you. It'll be tough, but it's very helpful towards your success. So now that we've gone through all the good stuff, let's talk about the obstacles. See how we have all of these reversed cards and the devil. I kind of get the sense here that your focus for this business, your goal, could actually revolve around fame and material gain, because of how the devil here, look at how sneaky he's looking. He's offering this money and this ice cream cone, and it's like that's where, like temptations. Perhaps due to wanting attention, needing validation, and doing this through, some of you, through drama and controversies. Either that, or you're struggling, and so you're just trying to launch a business or work in the business industry, in the entrepreneurship, out of the need for money, which this could lead you to creative blocks, since all of these intentions are not pure. The best businesses always look for ways to help others, to contribute. And by best, I mean the most successful. I don't mean best as in a company that is better than another one based on appearances or popularity, but how I said, best as in what they serve. They provide an answer for people, for the world. They solve a problem. With the Hermit and Cups being reversed, I also get the sense here about intuition and gut. Perhaps you're not entirely listening to, revolving around specific offers, since, like I said, this sneaky man is offering these things to the kids. So if you are new in business or anything revolving around business, like, the influencing world, there will be lots of scammers trying to take your money, offering you things that sound too good to be true. So be very careful with that. Ask around for advice or input. Check about the companies to make sure they're legit. Some of you could also be impatient about wanting this to succeed. So these are here to just say, let go about that. Just keep on persevering. You will get there. It takes time. Only, we focus on the unicorns, right? That's what shows up in the media, is those people that succeed within a few months or a year. They go viral. But that is very rare. You don't want to focus on that and then be disappointed. So instead, just put in the work, stick around, because while everyone else is quitting, you'll be building up your business and succeed. Building up a strong foundation. For those of you that are working alone and trying to do everything, put your hand into everything, this could also be a block because, in the beginning, perhaps you can work alone, but then as things progress, you do want to start delegating out work so that you can focus on things that are making you more money, or focus on advancing, on strategizing, rather than doing everyday tasks that are constantly keeping you working and tired, and then you're not able to level up. Either delegate, or you can already start collaborating and networking to get your name out there and to learn. Before I go on to the advice, I would like to mention also, this could be just for certain ones of you, that I do sense, with this being an emotional card, cups being revolving around emotions, and this 8 of Swords looking very dark and gloomy, I do sense that some of you could have had a very stressful, depressed past. Maybe you felt trapped and had low self-esteem, but you overcame by doing the work, searching for inspiration, working on yourself, flipping your mindset, and that is amazing work for you. That is why things will get so much easier for you if they haven't already. So let's get into the advice here. We've got 3 of Wands reversed, the Artist, and 4 of Pentacles reversed. Here, immediately I go to the Artist. So if you haven't planned, this has a message for those of you that perhaps did kind of jump into this without really thinking about what you aim for in the future. And so the message is that if you haven't planned what you envision your life to be, and you don't know your why as to, why you're doing this, it is time to get to writing. What do you envision your life to be? Besides material things, of course everybody wants that. Of course everybody wants, money, fashion, travel, and a nice house. But really, what do you envision your future to be? What do you envision your business to be? How far do you envision it to get? Who do you see yourself working with? As in your partners and your clients or fans. Be detailed about these things so that you can attract those types of people to you. Because you can't say that everyone is going to be your client. No, that's not going to happen. It's like if you're into goth fashion, for example, you can't say everyone is going to be your client because that's, not everyone is into goth. Or if you're someone that is spiritual, you can't say everyone is going to be your client because everyone has different religious beliefs or none thereof. You really need to dig deep into what you feel. What kind of vibes do you want to be around? Are they people athletic and comedic? Or, for example, versus athletic and more serious and stylish? Also, what do you envision yourself doing? Like what kind of tasks would make you happy to wake up every day? And what would you envision yourself not doing? Perhaps in the beginning of the business, you will be having to do a lot of things you might not like, but then as things progress, that's why it's good to think about your future so that you have an idea of where things are leading and what will need to be delegated and where you aim with the work that you want to do. Because perhaps you might need to network and collab in the beginning. But like if you're an introvert, for example, once your business advances, you could have the goal of making it all online or something. Or find ways to where you don't have to be the person speaking to crowds. Maybe that's something you don't want to do. Maybe you don't want to do public speaking events. Really think about the things that you do want to do and don't. Like for me, in fashion, I love fashion and I want to get back into it in the near future, but I don't particularly love sewing. I can do it every once in a while, but that's not what I want to do on a daily basis. So that's what I would hire others to do it for me. I would do the designing and planning, and then I would get a team together to do the rest while I delegate. Or even if I don't want to spend the time delegating, I can have an assistant that does that for me so that I can do other types of plans to make more money, to gain brand exposure. It's important to think about these questions. Are you writing notes down? I'm not done here. Also think about what is your reason for being a business owner? What is your reason for the brand? And what are you contributing to others? Self-expression is not a reason. Everybody wants to express themselves. So you need to be one level above them by thinking about what you can contribute, what you can serve, how you can make others feel. Then once you've had all this thought through and written down, you can start doing some research on these things and how to get there. You can start planning, writing notes down about what it is that you have answers for and what you don't. You don't have to do all the research immediately and know all the answers, but at least by writing things down like, I need to learn this, or I don't understand this, then you can get back into it later on. For now, we're just trying to get those thoughts out and then work backwards from that future you envision and how you're going to get there. What are the steps you need to take, and start scheduling it in to your calendar with a timeline of how long you hope to do this for. And if that's realistic expectation, then once you're set in motion, trust in your ideas, get to practicing your skills, test things out, and ask for criticism so that you can listen carefully to what others are thinking and feeling based on your brand, your business. Analyze what everyone is saying so you can decide for yourself whether what they're saying is helpful or not. But don't be on the defense, because if you're on the defense, you're going to not agree with everything they're saying. You're going to not be listening and think you know everything, and then in turn you're not actually helping your business. It's not going to advance. Of course, you can't satisfy everyone, and that's why you need to really think critically here about what's going to work for your business. Think a little bit on the analytical side rather than the personal side, so that you can be a strategist, getting all this criticism, all this input, and then picking it apart. Okay, this is what they said, this is what they need, this is what they're asking for. Here I can contribute this into my business. This would be a great idea, this wouldn't, things like that. And as you're doing all of this work, be sure to also check in on your goals, on your notes that you've written down for what you envision, so that you can stay aligned or adapt certain things so that you can get back into that alignment. Or change things up if you're realizing something is not for you. You might also need to be decisive on who and what you're surrounding yourself with. Be purposeful about that. Like you could choose to have a garden or have flowers in your home or have a certain color curtains, I don't know, anything that brings you joy so that you can always be in your positive, inspired mindset. Same thing with people. You don't want to surround yourself with gossip. That'll be distracting. Or it's a negative vibration. You want to surround yourself with people that also inspire you to keep on going. For those of you that have started working on this next step, or you are in your business already, keep on doing that. Keep on creating, even through obstacles, even when life pauses. What else can you do to contribute to your goal? Rather than being in the mindset of, oh my goodness, this is in my way. And then you don't end up doing anything else because you're focused on fighting it or being negative about it. Lastly, here with the Pentacles, see how she's holding on to these coins. I do get the sense that you need to watch over your finances. Either save up or invest it. Because even if you are making lots of money, you want to be ready for any possible changes. To always be ready. To be secure and not be that business that loses it all. If you are the type that is doing business for the fame, realize that impressing others, at the end of the day, that is not happiness. That is not success, and that is not security. It's like a temporary fix, but you want something long-term, right? Now on to your final angel message here. We've got Azurite, deep emotional healing. So this one could be particularly for some of you with what it's saying. Your heart is ready to heal from past experiences and you're willing to devote time and energy toward therapeutic care. I know that's not revolving around business, but it seems to be important here for you. For those of you that need to hear this. This is emphasizing to ask about your intentions for why you're doing this business and dig into that thoroughly, like how I said. Some of you might also need to face underlying negative beliefs or negative issues that perhaps you're putting on the side burner and then the business is the distraction from that. But if it's still there, it's a weight on your shoulder and it's not going to allow you to level up. That could be some answers as to your intentions. If also, how I mentioned in the beginning that some of you have dealt with certain experiences that weren't so great, this confirms that that is good for you. But overall, anytime you feel any doubt, take some time for self-care. Whether that be through inspiring podcasts, music, books, or like a time of enjoyment with a luxury bath, or with friends and family, or even gardening, what it is that brings you more joy to get yourself out of that doubt. So that's the reading I got for you. If it resonated, comment below that you chose this pile and what you're excited or not excited about hearing. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. Since I'm a YouTuber, every like and subscribe counts to expose my channel to others that need a little encouragement in their lives. I'd be super grateful if you would also join my community by turning on the little notification bell button so that you don't miss my insights every week. I'll see you in my next video.